Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one is a community cast sent in by, I think it's pronounced Gunlaug? I think it's Gunlaug. Hard to tell. Sorry if I got it wrong. But anyway, so this is a fun battle. I'm going to hide foliage because everything is in a tree right now. So anyway, so he's brought Gorst. That's right, he's brought Gorst. You never see Gorst, I love it. So, you know, bit of a meme, but also you can get some work done with him, and he uses him to good effect in this one. So, as you can see, he's got all the sort of things like the Reliquary Corruption, you know, so Mortis Engine effect, essentially. You know, Curse of the Undeath, sort of standard things like that. You know, he's got the Unholy Lodestone that replenishes points, health points nearby, because, you know, he's on a corpse cart, so he's got a lot of corpse cart bonuses that you see, you know, Vigor Mortis as well, you know, giving bonuses to things nearby, and actually that +5 and +5, it's pretty good, you know, when you've got mostly things like zombies and stuff like that. But one thing that's really nice is if we look over here, nope, not that, although that is good too. Liber Noctis gets him a load of Winds of Magic back, which is really good. Also, it lets him use abilities again, nice and quickly, which is nice. But it does damage himself, which is not so nice, but still, it's fine, he can heal himself up again, you know, he's a vampire count. Also, he's got the Magical Animus, but where is it? There we go. Nope, I've lost it. Where is it? Curse the Ears, nope. Invocation Heck, okay. Awaken from the Grave, there we go, finally got it. It's annoying when there's that many things on the toolbar, it's very difficult to find the thing you want. Anyway, Awaken from the Grave, he can summon Graveguard, which is pretty great, right? A Graveguard, that's very good infantry to be able to summon. It's quite expensive though, and you can use it twice, but it's Graveguard, you know, for free, essentially. That's pretty great, so I do like that. So he's a pretty interesting lord, but my god, he is slow. 23 speed, so slow. He also does have a Necromancer. So, you know, if you're thinking, you won't have enough chaff just summoning Graveguard, well, he's got a Necromancer to do that too. So all this guy's got is he's got the Forbidden Rod to get more power reserves, which is, again, really handy. And he's got Raised Dead, so we'll see another 7 zombies or skeletons, you know, placed down, which is very cool. He's also got the Scroll of Shielding, so he can basically just give some damage resistance to something, which is pretty handy. So Necromancer, definitely useful for filling up the sort of fodder requirements. He's also got some Crypt Horrors, which obviously great armor piercing and not magic, poison damage, which is really cool. So these guys will be really handy for taking out anything armored that the Skaven might bring. He's also got some Graveguard already, some zombies, some skeleton spearmen, just a mixture of fodder really. He's got the Tithe here as well, and some Crypt Ghouls that I really like against Skaven actually. They're pretty good damage dealers, and they don't have a lot of armor piercing, but against Skaven you don't really need a huge amount of armor piercing for the most part. These guys will get through all the fodder very well, and because of the poison, it means that they're going to be able to chase stuff down a bit better, so you're going to see less of the Skaven being able to come back. Also over here you can see the Vargulf, and I love the Vargulf in this matchup. He's so good for dealing with sort of the big hoopty carts and even Hell Pit abominations they can duel with for ages, because they just keep healing and coming back in. And they just get knocked around more, and they get less distracted than a Hell Pit abomination does. So when you're in the middle of the thick of things, a Hell Pit might be attacking zombies, but the Vargulf will keep most of his attention on the Hell Pit abomination. So these guys are really good. I really do like that. And if they do look like they're in a position where they're going to get ganked and attacked by a load of things, they usually just get knocked about 50 feet away and everything re-engages with random fodder again. So they get to pick a new target, which is pretty cool. With 80 speed, yeah, they can pick a target pretty easily. Also, he's got 2 units of Blood Knights. These Blood Knights are going to be really good for taking out things like Doom Wheels, really good for the hoopty carts, but frankly, they just hit so hard with such a good charge bonus. You can charge them into anything the Skaven have, and they will kill a swathe of them and be able to get out of the fight again. So really good. Load of armor as well, so, you know, not going to be completely sort of prone to missile fire from, you know, skirmishes and things. So pretty cool. Really do like these guys. They're going to help out a lot. Also, a load of Fellbats for taking out all the artillery that you kind of expect. But there is none here. There is no artillery. You can see he's gone with the triple Plague Furnace build here, which is very formidable. It just wears things down. But, of course, every time any of this stuff gets sort of worn down, you just summon new units to fill the gaps, which is pretty cool. So you can see a load of Skaven slaves in the front line, a couple of rat ogres in the back for some extra mass, some extra armor piercing, and a load of Plague Monk Censer Bearers, 3 of them, I think it is. Yeah, 3 units. These guys are very expensive, but they're pretty damn capable. They've got the magic damage, which is really good if they're ethereal units, and ethereal units can be pretty useful against Skaven, but it's a bit of a risk because there is just so much magic damage that Skaven can bring. But all that terror is pretty formidable against, you know, a faction that has pretty terrible leadership, you know, generally speaking. But weapon strength, you know, armor piercing, they got the magic, they got the discouragement when they hit people, so it's going to lead to things crumbling a lot quicker. So these guys, great damage dealers, but it's going to be tough to weather, a storm of all of this sort of, constant summoning zombies on top of them and spells and just being a nuisance. So we'll see how that pans out. Also Doom Wheel, did I mention the Doom Wheel? Anyway, it's basically just slaves in the front line, so we'll see. Also, there's a die pack over there. I love the die pack, really good against rat ogres because it's got great anti-large, but, doesn't need armor piercing. So, that's kind of cool. So, we're going to speed things up. So, things are getting stuck in. So, yeah, it's going to be messy. It's just a big mosh pit right now. Absolute mosh pit. So, the rat ogres are getting stuck into the zombies. Everything's moving slightly to one side here. The Blood Knights are waiting for a nice opportunity. Back here, these Blood Knights are going to come in. The Vargulf is being attacked by pretty much everything, but that's kind of fine. He can heal up. So, a Scorch coming down here. We're going to see a lot of uses of Scorch, because it's a free spell when you got the Plague Furnace. It's a bound spell, so you can use it over and over and over again. And it's great for clearing out a load of fodder. So, we're going to see that being used a lot. Yeah, here's another one. So, getting a lot of damage into all the zombies. And, wow, the Crypt Ghouls taking a lot of damage too. Anyway, Blood Knights charge in, and the Rat Ogres have already taken a lot of damage, so that's pretty great. So, gotta love that. Also in the back, these Blood Knights, they're just trying to keep out of the way of the Skaven Slave Spears, basically. The Vargulf, he's charging in here. Another big Scorch, hitting actually a lot of Skaven here as well. Really got to be careful with those. But I guess everything's expendable in a match like this, so who cares, right? Just kill whatever you can. So, let's see, where is Gorst? Gorst is over here, so he's trying to get into melee, to help with that Mortis Engine effect. All this stuff has suddenly just crumbled. With the rear charge from, well, Fellbat, the Dire Pack, the Blood Knights are charged in, just this whole flank has been completely decimated. Over here, though, everything is crumbling. So, yeah, Skaven one on this side, Vampire Counts one on this side. But all the Hoopty Carts are still going, which is kind of a worry. Some damage into the Plague Seer here, but the Crypt Horrors are almost gone. And it's nice to have that armor piercing. You really want to keep them going. So that's a bit rough. That is a bit rough. But, still got the Blood Knights, so the Blood Knights are going to be charging in. Getting some good damage in. The Plague Monk Censer Bearers are actually holding pretty strong here, which is definitely a worry. So here, another summon's coming down. That's zombies, so bogging all this stuff down with zombies, great move. Here, there are some summoned Graveguards, but they're not doing anything, which is a real pity. So, Gunlaug, if that's your real name, I honestly have no idea how to pronounce it. Anyway, come on, man, you gotta move in! You gotta make use of those guys. They're expensive to summon. So here you can see the Blood Knights, finally, out of the way of the Skaven Slave Spears, are going to get a nice rear charge into all this stuff, which is pretty great. More bats are going to come in, more Blood Knights are coming from the other way, but Skaven Slaves are bogging them down, which is definitely what you want to use the slaves for. Just stop them from being able to hit valuable units with the charge. So, not a bad shout, but they are getting really, really, really damaged very, very, very quickly. So, with them freed up, he can charge in again. Plague Monk Censer Bearers, they're going to get charged off the field, which is great. Oh, nope, he's going to come back. But, are they going to go? No, they're not. Ooh, okay. Lucky for them. Anyway, so, Gorst is still in here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. So he's still cruising around. Pretty much unaffected. No one's really bothered to attack him yet, which is nice. Obviously, he's had a load of Blood Knights and things ready to jump to his defense, but still. Here, the Necromancer, he really doesn't want to be fighting Rat Ogres. You really want to get some of the Blood Knights around, deal with these Rat Ogres quickly. Because these guys are great damage dealers, so you want to just shut them down early. Because frankly, they can't really take a charge from Blood Knights. Blood Knights don't have a lot of armor piercing, but against Rat Ogres you don't need it. So they're just going to register so much damage. You can wipe out Rat Ogres very quickly with them, if you can get a nice clean charge. So that's something you really got to watch out for. So the Fellbats, they're all flying above, but they're all getting affected by the Mortis Engine effects of the Plague Furnaces, because they're nearby. It doesn't matter that they're in the air. So unfortunately they're up here trying to recover, but they're just taking damage. So that's a real pity. So it's giving the Plague Furnaces a lot more value. So once again, Blood Knights on the move. Gorst, still totally fine. He's having a whale of a time, which is interesting. Huh, yeah, just doesn't seem to be bothered. Vargulf the whole time has just been beating on these plague priests, on their plague furnaces. And you see the damage is really mounting. Like, all of these guys are taking some damage now. This one especially. So Vargulf, I think, is just a great pick. It's just so hard to pin him down, because he'll just get knocked so far afield if he does get hit, that he can just re-engage wherever he wants. So it's so easy for him to get out of an engagement. So surrounding and beating a Vargulf is very tricky. They are really slippery characters, so it's really cool to see. So Gorst, he's still having a whale of a time. Necromancer, he's getting stuck in to try and help damage this stuff. And, oh, he just gets punted back towards the Rat Ogres, not where he wants to be. Anyway, so there are bats that have been chasing away some of the fleeing units, so that's not a bad call. And here, one of the Plague Furnaces has broken. So, more healing on everybody, so nice invocation in the heck. So, these Blood Knights, though, they are reaching their healing cap. They get some good damage in. Here, another Scorch, but honestly, like, yeah, there's not really much. Yeah, I guess there's some Blood Knights in there. But, yeah, I'm not sure that was worthwhile. I think that basically just ruined the Rat Ogre's chance of getting some damage in, which is a pity. Anyway, Doomwheel still going. So, trying to focus down Gorst now. But army loss is starting to hit, because there's still just so much power on the board here. With all the Blood Knights, the Lord, the Hero, the Vargulf. Yeah, it's just too much in the Vampire Count's favour there. So, Pyrrhic victory. So, I like what the Skaven player was doing there. You know, I like this build. I think it's pretty good. I think the Doom Wheel, although it got a ton of kills, I don't think it's necessarily worthwhile bringing. Because, I mean, by the end of it, you had all these Scorches going off, hitting nothing in particular. I mean, that's what you want for all the flak, and that Mortis Engine effect, that's going to drain all of the infantry. Really, you might as well just bring something that has a bit more punch for dealing with, you know, the elite stuff, rather than just more stuff for clearing up chaff. Because, I mean, when we look at it, 183 and 140 kills for the Blood Knights, these guys just had an absolute whale of a time, because there's nothing really to stop them. So I think get rid of the Doom Wheel, like, I don't know, get rid of the Doom Wheel, get rid of one of the Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, because 2 is enough for the armor piercing and the magic damage. But if you've got a couple of Storm Vermin with halberds, then it's going to be really tough for the Blood Knights to really get, you know, value. They're going to charge in, get stuck on halberds, and a load of them are going to get killed. So I think you need something like that, something stocky. And also, they're great bodyguards to the Plague Priests. I mean, how on earth do you run up to a Plague Priest with a Vargulf, you know, try and wail on it if it's surrounded by Storm Vermin? The Storm Vermin are going to do a lot of damage to the Vargulf, so I think that's absolutely worthwhile. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.